Every man, woman, and child remembers the day that Aether first captured their imagination.
Every civilization discovers a precious material that they promise will benefit everyone.
That gravity became nothing more than an inconvenience.
Fire, oil, the atom. They call it progress.
Inconvenience. Prepare yourselves, fair citizens of New York, to feel such wonder again. The Helicline Institute of Aethonics is announcing an early Aether Tech showcase ahead of the 1939 World's Fair.
They call it a miracle. But history teaches us a darker lesson, that miracles are usually just monopolies in disguise.
Fair. So come one and come all, and be inspired. Gaze upon new skyward frontiers and see that there is no alternative to a future amongst the heavens.
Looks like it's time. There's no thriving in this city, not in the lowers.
In the world of ether and iron, that miracle is a gas that conquered gravity. The propaganda tells us it lifted the city into a new age. But as we leave the black and white reel of the upper city, the reality of 1930s New York hits the windshield. We are in the lowers. Here, ether isn't a dream of flight. It is a nightmare of industrial runoff.
A few onlookers run from the scene. My feet are 2 steps after them before my senses yank me by the shoulders. Eli Tillinghast doesn't tolerate desertion from anyone. The crowd seconds from dissolving into a frenzied swarm. If I don't grab the kid and move, we're going to get trampled flat. However, we're saved by an unlikely savior.
And this is the man keeping the floating city together, General Eli. He calls himself the Baron of White Street. Freedom of speech is clearly non-existent here, but look at what he's packing. He isn't using bullets to control the crowd. He is using something else, a high-tech weapon powered by a volatile red form of ether. The protesters are bringing picket signs to a gunfight. They need more than a Molotov cocktail to survive this. They need a miracle of their own.
Likely savior.
Hold!
The Baron of White Street stands, gloved hand extended. Despite fear and panic, the crowd obeys, frozen in place by a gentle, assuring gesture.
Let the procession continue. Days where White Street bled tirelessly to save a debaucherous world have come to an end. We will bleed no longer. Our enemies will tremble before a weapon they cannot resist, a weapon they cannot overcome. We will demand our rightful place in the sun and rid the shadow of chaos from the lowers. We are just. We are strong. We are unsullied.
He pumps his...
No! That weapon, Red Aether, wasn't to ever... Oh, Gia, those people. Those poor people.
You recognize it? What the hell was that thing, Nellie?
It was never supposed to get out. Never. How did it get out? How?
She buries herself in her hands, breathing hard, wishing with every strained muscle that this nightmare would end. A part of me wants to join her.
I can't stay here, Gia. We have to go.
We can't. Not without attracting serious attention. You saw what happened. If we get caught sneaking out, we'll get shot.
Gia, please.
Did you catch that? Listen to Nellie's reaction when the weapon fires. She isn't just scared. She is shocked. She screams, "That weapon was never supposed to get out!" This is the key to the whole story. We were told Nellie is just a passenger, a tourist from the uppers. But a tourist wouldn't recognize a classified military prototype. A tourist wouldn't know it was never supposed to get out. My thesis is simple. Nellie is the scientist who built it. The evidence is everywhere if you look for it.
Another notch on the dash. It's around here somewhere, hidden. What was that symbol?
Are we really going into the Undercity? Will the Aether rats let us, or are the stories true? You don't think they'll throw us off the island, do you?
Which stories we talking about?
Well, the ones in the papers? I've never met an Aether rat, so I honestly don't know how much of it is true or not. However, they keep our islands in the sky, and in exchange, they get the Undercity, but everyone knows that. I've heard they generally keep to themselves. Except when outsiders sneak into their tunnels. Also, their eyes all turn into a unique shade of pale blue. They glow, too, from what I've read. Like Aether. There are journals that theorize why, but nothing concrete.
Rely on the stories you read in the papers. You want to avoid getting grounded? Don't call them Aether rats. They're Aetheniers, and they're good people. I'm guessing you've never met one?
No. There were rules. We weren't really supposed to interact with them. Or see them.
They don't want to be seen down here either. Too many people can't stand the idea that an island floats or sinks on the whim of an Aethenier. Figure a good rat is a scared rat.
They've done it before, haven't they? I've read of islands crashing because of Aether repulsor failure. That could only be possible by sabotage.
And blow themselves up out of spite? No island falls without a baron behind it and a list of dead Aetheniers trying to stop it. The world down here isn't one you'll find in your books. Keep that in mind.
Oh, our water is becoming Aether-tainted.
We can't afford any more of us getting sick. Eli's terriers are already forcing longer and longer shifts to compensate for the fewer numbers.
That's terrible. Of course we'll help. We'll get you everything you need. See that? If that old Aether repulsor's not damaged, the parts could easily be repurposed for water filtration.
Later in the demo, when the characters are stranded in a scrapyard, Nellie's mask slips completely. She looks at a pile of junk, old Aether repulsors, and immediately sees a solution. She talks about equalizer piping and filtration systems. She knows the technology inside out. She knows that the ether powering the city is poisoning the water supply, and more importantly, she knows how to fix it using the very machines she likely helped design. She isn't down here to sightsee. She is down here to clean up her mess. This recontextualizes her entire character arc. She drops lore about the Aether rats, workers whose eyes glow blue from exposure. She speaks about them with the clinical detachment of a researcher, but the horror of a human being. She knows the biological cost. She knows the red ether is a bomb, and the blue ether is a poison. She is running away from the upper city not just because she is being chased, but because she is guilty. She realized that her life's work wasn't a miracle. It was a weapon. In the end, Aether and Iron isn't just a story about smugglers and driving. It is a story about the ethics of progress. Nellie represents the moment of realization, when the creator sees their invention used on regular people and decides to switch sides. But of course, the enemies she left behind, General Eli, the Institute, will do anything to stop her. Because she is the only one who knows how to turn the engines off. And if she succeeds, the whole city might just come crashing down. Thanks for watching.
Looks like it's time.